And you are listening to Picks and Pours, episode 69. While you're getting your minds out of the gutters, let me introduce from all the way across town, Matt the mechanic. What's going on, Matt?
Not much, Bill. I just got done with a nice 10-mile bike ride, and I'm cannot wait to get the egg count for this week.
So we still have only one chicken laying eggs, but we're up to 8 eggs so far.
Oh, how do they taste?
Haven't tried them yet.
What? You're nervous, huh?
No, I'm not. It's just it's been a busy week. It's been a busy week, and the wife and I wanted to try them together, and we just haven't been in the same place at the same time for breakfast. That's all. But
It's on
possibly
the
tomorrow,
top of the back.
possibly tomorrow morning. How's that?
Better.
All right.
So I have a better idea. Why don't you run and get one of those suckers right now, and you take it as a shot live on the air?
You want me to shoot a raw egg?
Yeah, and grab the first one.
All right. I have a doctor's appointment early tomorrow morning, but I'm willing to make a bet on one of these fights for me to shoot a raw egg next week.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So I'm gonna pick against one of your picks, and if you win, I'll shoot a raw egg live on the air next week. I'll do it Rocky
Okay,
Balboa
well,
style.
I think you're safe because I did not do good last week.
Well, I don't know. I mean, I I would feel okay actually eating a raw egg from one of my chickens that I raised. Like I would be a little more weary about it if it was an egg from somewhere else that I didn't know the source.
I don't know about that. The commercial available eggs have every type of disinfecting process. Like they just nuke the eggs, so they're not nutritious, but they're not going to get you sick.
Yeah, I guess so. They'd probably bleach them or something.
But hey, I was willing to spend my $3 I put on Roman Delice to watch the performance of Mr. Fluffy. Did you catch that?
I did. I did watch that fight.
Wow.
Man, what he dismantled him. He made him look like he was a debuting fighter.
It was so nice.
I thought that fight was going to be much more competitive. What a one-sided beatdown. And I was definitely wrong about that one. I was anticipating a dud. And I was
Yeah.
like,
Hell, I put $3 on it, but man, worth it.
yeah, I mean, I'd spend $3 to watch that. Man, where do we start here? We got so much to talk about. Just this card is so stacked. I'm actually excited for this card. This is the first one in a while.
Well, let's start with the card because there is big news this week, but every single buddy's talked it to death. So, what are we gonna say about it?
I'll say something that they have.
I know you got something to say, but let's talk about the fights first.
All right, let's do it. So, the first fight on the main card is Tim Elliott and Kai Asakura. Okay, I like this fight. You know, I'm not big into the flyweights, but I'm a big Tim Elliott fan. You know, he's coming off of that first round submission over Sumaderji in his last fight. He's getting up there. I mean, 38 years old for a flyweight is insane that he's still competing at this level.
How old's Asakura's? Well, he's 31. I thought he was older.
He's 31. You never can tell. The Japanese
they age like fruit.
Yeah, the Japanese disguise their age very well. But you know, he's coming off of that submission loss in the title fight, so we're gonna see how he bounces back from that. He's had losses before, but he hadn't been finished since 2020. Tim Elliott is always exciting. What he is not is consistent. And when it comes to betting, I always look for consistency. And I feel like Asakura is a little more consistent, but I could just never count Tim Elliott out of a fight personally. So I wouldn't want to be in your shoes. But since you're in your shoes, tell me where you're walking in those shoes to place your bet.
So this card has a lot of decisions of dealing with a fighter that's decided to take their skills or hone their skills in a lesser promotion, and now they're in the big show, not the main event, but uh, I'm gonna be a UFC homer and take Elliott.
Okay.
He hasn't fought in a year. I don't know what's up with that, but I've been watching the embedded this week, and Kaya Sakura just seems like an asshole. So
Really? What? Why so?
I don't know. He just seems like one of those cocky guys. It's like he's. It's not like anything he does. It's just the way you see he interacts with everybody. It's the way he stands in a room, and
You
I
just
don't know.
kind of
He might be a nice guy, and maybe the embedded crew did him dirty, but I don't know. I want to take
that's
Tim Elliott
possible.
at plus 260.
The embeddeds, are they still? Are they just on YouTube still?
Yeah, they post every day. Every time it's a UFC week, I come home from lunch. I come home for lunch. I'm eating my lunch, and it's always the first video that pops up. So I always watch every single one of them. I
Hmm.
skip around because I don't like watching them hit pads, and because I like seeing them out and going out and do shit, and I don't know. I
Yeah.
like the off the cuff stuff, but something about him in this week, it's I don't know. Give me Tim Elliott. The guy's looking like a mountain man at the press conference tonight. He's got a beard like down to here.
Yeah. I used to be so into the embeddeds, and I remember like back in the day, long before you were a fan of the sport, um, it was hard to find like content leading up to the big fights. And I remember very vividly one of the first ones was a video of Sean Shirk. And do you remember Sean Shirk?
I know the name. I know I should know who he is, but
So Sean Shirk was just an absolute beast. Small, stocky wrestler, no neck. Um, he was the lightweight champion for a while. Probably would have done well at 145 pounds if that weight class were around while he was fighting. I think it was he was getting ready to fight Kenny Florian. And in that fight, Sean beat Kenny Florian, but Kenny, like by today's standards, Sean probably would have lost. It would have been a doctor stoppage because Kenny opened him up with elbows, and he was just a bloody mess, but wound up winning a decision, I think. But
October 14th, 2006.
but wow,
He's got a win over Nick Diaz.
wow, 20 years ago.
Yeah, apparently now he flips houses.
Yeah, he just kind of disappeared. He had like a last fight. I think it was against Evan Dunham. Is that
Yep,
correct? You have his record up there?
nailed it.
Yeah, and then he just kind of fell off the face of the earth. But this video he put out was like his workout, and it was insane. I mean, he did like a circuit training where he was like flipping a tractor tire, and then he did like an American Gladiator CrossFit workout. He would jump right over to this other thing where he was hanging from it, and he had to pedal it with his hands across this rope across his whole warehouse. And then he would do like sled sprints. Like his workouts were insane. But
Yeah, crazy Midwestern guys,
yeah, yeah. But
which
phenomenal
is the vibe I
wrestler.
kind of get for Tim Elliott.
Yeah, yeah. Tim Elliott probably does that kind of crazy shit too.
Yeah. But he was
All
just
right.
in the press conference, or not press conferences, media day. He's just such a chill guy. He's like, look, I'm okay with being the gatekeeper. I'm old. I shouldn't be doing this shit anymore, but here I am.
I say that every time I walk in the gym.
Yeah. It's like every time I've competed, I'm like, Matt, you're fucking old. What are you doing? Like,
So when are we competing again?
I don't know. I think it's pricey these days. Hey, we'll talk about this later, but maybe I can just use my pay-per-view money for entry fees now.
There you go. Yeah, we're gonna be saving a lot of dough. All right. So middleweight fight. I like this fight a lot. Jared Cannonier and Michael Venom Page. It's like Cannonier has a style that's like very predictable but effective. And MVP has a style that's very unpredictable but effective. So, man, I like MVP at middleweight, but Cannonier is a big dude, man. I mean, he fought at heavyweight. Like, but he's going to have to be able to close the distance somehow. How did Ian Gary beat MVP? They just outpointed him.
Yep, like he always does.
He didn't like bum rush him, did he?
Mm-mm.
So MVP, if you look at his record, so he's only got 3 losses. Logan Storley beat him by a split decision. That was a close fight in Bellator. And Logan Storley is, a wrestler. He was able to pressure him a bit, stay on the inside. That's what Jared Cannonier is going to have to do. And I'm a big fan of Cannonier, but 41 years old, he's lost 3 of his last 6. So I wouldn't say he's exactly on the way out. He's coming off of a nice finish over Gregory Rodriguez.
What do you think the odds are?
I think MVP is probably a slight favorite, maybe a
2-1
minus.
favorite, minus 198.
Okay. I was gonna say like minus 160 was the number that jumped in my head.
Close. That's the opposite odd at plus 164 for Cannonier.
Okay. All right. So I'm in the ballpark. I'm in the stadium. So, man, it's a tough one, right? Because, like, if you look at Cannonier's recent losses, they're all against top guys. So his last 3 losses, Kyle Bahalio, who's definitely on the rise, Nasruddin Imavov, who's like right up there as well, and Adesanya. When Adesanya was a bit closer to his prime. And then, his wins, Gregory Rodriguez, Marvin Vettori, Sean Strickland, his last 3 wins. It's not a bad resume at all. I would be tempted to lean towards underdog money. I don't see how Cannonier is going to be able to pressure him enough to stay out of that kicking range. But then does MVP have the power to put Cannonier down at middleweight? There's so many fights on this card that are just, including the main event, that are just, I go back and forth with a lot of them.
So the way I see it is, I think moving up in weight is going to help Michael Venom Page's speed. It's going to increase in value, especially with Cannonier being no one describes Cannonier as fast. Like, that's not
True.
a description for him. I think the UFC is looking for their highlight reel knockout for Michael Venom Page. They want one. And then I took a look at the betting odds, and Michael Venom Page by knockout changes from minus 198 to plus 350. So that's
Really?
where I will be putting my money.
All right. So you're putting $1 on
Michael
MVP
Venom
by
Page
knockout.
for plus 350.
If he knocks him out, I can't make up my mind about anything because I was about to say it would have to be a little later in the fight. Like you would have to get him fatigued to make him make a mistake. But, Cannonier is not a guy who fades. So he might have to knock him out early to avoid getting bullied up against the
I'm
cage.
not going to get too crazy. I'm just going to go knockout and cover all 3 rounds.
Then I'm thinking like MVP's been taken down by Paul Daly, who's not a grappler at all. So if Cannonier gets his hands on him, he's going to be able to hold him down.
Yeah, that's a point. I haven't thought of that, but
Because like if Paul Daly can take you down and hold you down, Jared Cannonier can definitely hold you down. But can he close the distance safely enough to do it? Man, I love this card, man. The deeper we're getting into this, and we haven't even gotten. There's a lot of prelims that excite me too.
well, some got canceled, so
All right, well, let's get to that when we get to it then. All right, so $1 on MVP by knockout at plus 350. I like that because I would have leaned towards the underdog money with Cannonier, but if MVP is an underdog, if it's plus money for knockout, then that makes sense. All right. Jeff Neal and Carlos Prates. So Prates, one of your fighting nerds.
still got to get a shirt. Damn it.
Yeah, you got to get the glasses too.
Let's put some tape on mine.
Yeah. You got an old pair of glasses you could just throw some tape on?
Not right now, but I figure I could figure something out.
All right. Send me your prescription. I'll I'll order you some fighting nerds glasses.
Well,
All right. So
I'll start out with this one because you know me. Bias pick. I'm taking Prates by KO here as well. Takes it from minus 245 to plus 110.
yeah. So they both have a loss in common, and it's Ian Gary. Prates is just he's a monster, man. I mean,
I disagree on, well, he lost, but the Prates versus Ian Gary was split decision. And
yeah, but it was just he just wasn't pulling the trigger.
yeah, I don't know what the
I
hell
think
happened
if he had tried to pressure a little bit more, um, smoking cigarettes doesn't really help you much in a 5-round fight, but he held his own. But I remember Ian Gary edging that one out. And I'm not a fan of Ian Gary, but I pretty distinctly remember scoring that one for him.
All right, I digress.
And Jeff Neal, man, he's a guy who I put him in the category of we've never seen his full potential, right? He's had some injuries, he's had some personal shit going on. I feel like we haven't seen him at his best in the cage yet. The knockout of Vicente Luque, I think we were close to seeing it. The head kick of Mike Perry, which there's some Mike Perry news, which we'll maybe talk about later. Yeah, that's how I feel about it too.
Sorry, anybody listening to this driving down the road and just shit their pants because of that.
And then Jeff Neal is just, he hasn't fought in almost a year. It was October of last year that he fought RDA when RDA had the knee injury. And the last time he came back from a long layoff, he lost to Shavkat Rakhmonov. So coming off of the Vicente Luque knockout, he lost to Rakhmonov. Almost a year later, August to March. That's, I don't know, 9 months.
A long time.
Yeah. So, Yeah, I'm good with that pick. I'm not going to go against you on that one. All right, co-main event. This is a fantastic fight. Lerone Murphy, who's coming off of a main event win over Josh Emmett, where he looked fantastic, against the debuting Aaron Pico. And it it shows, so the UFC tends to do this. They take guys that are coming from other organizations and they throw them right into the fire. I mean, Lerone Murphy, after his last performance, you could argue he's due for a title shot. And they're giving him a debuting Aaron Pico. So they either think really highly of Aaron Pico or they want to embarrass him. And I think whatever the outcome is, the UFC looks good here, because if he comes in and beats a streaking Lerone Murphy, then it looks like, wow, this was a great acquisition. And if Lerone Murphy comes in and stomps Aaron Pico, it looks like, well, the best talent was in the UFC all along. We told you guys. So
Yeah.
it's like they're coming out smelling like roses either way. But if you look at Lerone Murphy's resume, that main event win over Josh Emmett, Dan Ige, Edson Barbosa, Josh Kulibau, Makwana Murakami. That's just in recent memory. This guy's on a hot streak. He's one of several undefeated fighters on the card. And Aaron Pico, for those who don't know, if you didn't follow his career in Bellator, this kid, I mean, he's 28 years old, coming off a 3-fight win streak, but he hasn't fought since February of 2024 because of everything going on with Bellator and contracts and all that. But I can only assume he's only gotten better since then. All that being said, I imagine with Lerone Murphy's hot streak right now, he's got to be the favorite.
No. Aaron Pico is a minus 175.
Wow. Minus 175. And historically, guys coming from other organizations, whether it be, Pride, One Championship, Bellator, they don't do well in their first fight. I mean, we saw it with Patricky Pitbull. It's just like the UFC nerves are something different. I'm
Yeah, I
really
mean,
surprised.
what successful fighters are there? There's Izzy and Izzy did well, obviously. And
Yeah, I mean, Anderson Silva comes to mind. Like he
oh
came in and
shit,
just started wrecking people coming from
what's
Pride.
his name? The guy that beat Izzy. Come on, Pierre.
Alex Pereira.
Yeah, he
Yeah,
was a
Alex
champion too,
Pereira.
right?
I don't think he was. Was he a champion in
Yeah,
MMA?
not
In
MMA, but he was
kickboxing, he was.
champion. So Izzy too.
But if you look at like historically guys that came over from other organizations, they didn't do well in their first fight. Michael Chandler, did Michael Chandler win his first UFC fight?
Was that the? No, I'm thinking of Askren. Well, Askren didn't go well.
Well, Askren did okay at first because he beat Robbie Lawler, and then he ran into Masvidal.
Yeah, but that wasn't a weird choke.
Yeah. It was definitely a bizarre one, but Aaron Pico, I think, is a different animal. I mean, he's been competing at a high level from a young age.
It was Dan Hooker. Michael Chandler TKO'd Dan Hooker.
Oh, okay. So he did well in his debut.
Yeah.
Didn't go so well from then on, but
well, that's it, other than the Tony Ferguson win.
Yeah, but
I'm gonna go again with the underdog here at Murphy. I never understood the the super hyped fighter. Because I mean, I remember people comparing Pico to he's the next LeBron. He's a LeBron James of MMA. He's going to be the superstar.
Who said
But
that?
I don't know. I don't remember. It was probably Schaub,
Oh, well,
but
Schaub's
he
friends
was
with
so
her, isn't he?
hyped, and then he had that law. He got demolished early, and then he worked his way up. But I just never understood that the theory of, okay, this guy is a big, he has a lot of potential. I'm going to put you in an organization with lesser skill and expect you to get better. Like, and now he's dropped in to the UFC to versus this killer, Leroy Murphy. I don't see it going well. I mean, Leroy Murphy could probably beat everyone that Aaron Pico's ever fought in one night.
Yeah, I mean, Aaron Pico was damn near an Olympic wrestler. You know, he went to the trials, came in second. He's one of the highest level wrestlers that we have in MMA right now. So when a guy like that comes over, because of historically how well high level wrestlers have done in MMA, you're always going to get people that are excited about it. You know, like a Bo Nickel, like Daniel Cormier, like Ben Askren. You know, guys that wrestle to that Olympic level. I don't think Bo Nickel went to the Olympic trials, but you get what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Um,
The last time he has a submission is 2021. He's been knocking people out.
yeah, and that's the thing. He learned how to box somewhere along the way, and you know, wrestlers typically pick up boxing pretty well because the genetic linking of, you know, using their legs to throw their punches, and Pico figured that out for sure. I mean, he's had some great coaching along the way. You know, are we going to see him try and stand with Lerone Murphy? Would that be a mistake? Possibly. I don't know. But Lerone Murphy at underdog money, I think, is a smart bet here. So I'm not going against you on this one either.
Let me double check that.
What are you
Yes,
double checking?
that he is the underdog. Yep.
All right. So the main event, we got a comment here that I'll throw up on the screen. Slatin 8. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right, but that's how it's spelled. I like Dricus and Kamzat. I'm leaning Kamzat this fight, but it's tough. If Dricus wins, I'll never doubt bro again. Yeah, I mean,
I feel like they say that after every Dricus fight. Oh man, I'm never counting him out again.
have you seen, and Dricus has even joked about this. He's like, the running joke is that he wins by accident.
Yeah, I've seen that.
And they show the clips. And so he did like a spoof of it. He's like, you know, maybe I'll just like I'll draw a big hole in the center of the cage and Kamzat will fall into it. He's like, I
I think
might
a
win that
leading comment this week is Dricus by falling piano.
Yeah. So I feel like Dricus does everything right outside of the cage. Like his trash talk is pretty solid, pretty underrated, I think even. Like he really
He
gets
was.
under guys' skin.
Yeah, he at the press conference tonight. He was definitely the getting the booze big time, and Hamzat was a superstar, but Dricus was dealing with that crowd. Like he did a fantastic job, and
I mean,
Hamzat didn't do as well, but I know there's a big language barrier there. But
yeah, and he holds his own. Like he's funny. I
did
saw the
bring a
interview he
clip.
did with.
Do you want to hear a little bit?
Yeah, let me hear it.
Question for Hamzat Chimaev. Hamzat, at media day yesterday, Dricus said he's very interested to see how you react to your first loss, and you are never going to get the belt in this division while he is here. What is your reaction to that, and how do you think he is going to react if you win this fight?
Over there, this guy in the wheelchair is saying, and then it'll be you. Oh, okay. Oh, just gonna go and fuck him up, bro. That's it.
And for Trick,
I've gotten to like Kamzat in the build up to this where they've asked him about the title and he's like, I don't care about the title. It's like, I just want to fight. And that's kind of refreshing because, you know, we went through a long period where the title was everything and it's all guys talked about. I want to get to the title. I want to be the youngest champion. I want to be the longest reigning champion. And then we went through the money fight era where every guy was talking about, I want the money fight and I deserve a money fight. And
yeah, look how that all those fighters end up. Every single one of them got the money fight.
Yeah, not good.
Oh, they also good. They ended up rich, but not good for us.
Yeah, it was not. It was kind of a turnoff. I kind of miss like that fighting for pride mentality of old. You know, when there wasn't much money in this, and guys just wanted to compete and win. And I get that vibe from Kamzat, but I get it from Drickus too. You know, he's just such a dog. And, you know, technically speaking, like as a Muay Thai coach, as a longtime MMA practitioner, I would not teach anybody to fight the way that Drickus fights. But I would rather coach somebody with his mindset and his toughness and his ability to find lanes to follow and win fights than someone who does everything technically correct, but doesn't have the same toughness and the same ability to face adversity. And that's the thing with Drickus. He wins fights that he's not supposed to win. Like he doesn't seem technically better than these fighters. And he just finds a way. Like I remember when Kelvin Gastelum was on The Ultimate Fighter and Chael Sonnen was his coach, and Chael said to him, like, Kelvin, I can't think of anything that you're good at except winning. And that's kind of the vibe I get from Drickus. And then especially after the deviated septum surgery, like his cardio was already phenomenal. I mean, you could tell the guy was fatigued in fights and he would still push 110% till the final bell. And now he's got his breathing sorted out. Cardio wise, Drickus has a huge advantage here. I would not, if you told me this fight goes 5 rounds, I would not put any money on Kamzat because the 2 recent times we've seen him go to decision in 3-round fights, Kamaru Usman and Gilbert Burns, he lost the 3rd round both times. Now, I don't know if we're going to see a different animal, if he's been, you know, preparing his cardio to be better, if he's not going to sprint as much early on in the fight.
Where he did his camp?
Where?
He did his camp with Armin at what is that? The Jackson gym.
Oh, okay.
With the TJ Dillashaw strength and conditioning guy. He was doing, what's his name? He's really famous.
Yeah, I know the guy you're talking about. I can't think of his name either, but while you look it up, I don't think you can make up enough ground
Sam
to go 5.
Okay,
yeah.
But he did an interview and he said that Hamzat's cardio issues was overtraining. And that's why he says my job was to make sure the guy's not overtraining this time.
Okay, but there's still too much ground to make up. Like you're coming from barely being able to go 3 rounds to now going 5 rounds with a guy who we know can go hard for 5 rounds. So in my mind, there's no way to catch up to that. There's no way he can match Drickus's pace for 5 rounds. He's still going to go in there, I think, and sprint early on. I think if Khamzat wins this fight, it's going to be under 2.5 rounds. And if Dricus wins this fight, I think it's going to be because he just drains the gas tank of Khamzat. Those are the paths to victory for both guys.
Vegas agrees. The over under is at 2.5. But yeah, I think
yeah, that's the telling point for me. Like if Khamzat wins 1 and 2 and it starts slipping away from him in round 3, it's pretty much over. If he's not able to get Dricus out of there in under 2.5, then that's it. That's the way I see it anyway.
Yeah, I mean,
I've been wrong many times.
I just hope, so like, what do you think the odds are here before I give my opinion?
Man, it's tough because both guys are undefeated in the UFC. My brain tells me that Dricus is the favorite, but my gut says that Khamzat's the favorite.
Khamzat's a big favorite at minus 245. Dricus is plus insane. 200. So I will be taking Duplessis.
That's insane.
But I do have a little thought about, like, I want Khamzat to win. Like, the crowd loved him. Like, he is a fan favorite just because he's scary as hell and he looks weird.
What are the odds on Khamzat by decision?
Well, it's only plus 500.
Plus 500.
Yeah.
For Khamzat to win by
decision is plus 600. It's much more. They're saying it's much more likely that Khamzat will win by decision than DDP.
See, that's crazy to me.
This is a pay-per-view, so you can put a bet in this. I'm just taking DDP, just victory plus 200. But if you're coaching Khamzat, with this being a 5-round fight, what do you tell him? Do you tell him, hey man, you got to dial this shit back a bit. You got 25 minutes, or do you just fight the way he fights? Just let I always view him as like he's the lion in the gladiator cage that they just like open them back in the day. They just open up the gate and he's just on him. Like, if you're coaching him, do you even think about 5 rounds, or is it just I'm gonna go, like he says, fuck this guy up?
I think you just take the leash off him. That's what I would do. Like, logically, my coaching brain says you got to pace yourself. That's what I would tell most fighters in this situation, especially their first 5-round fight. But with this guy, I think his best chance to win is within the first 2 rounds, and he's got to try and get him out of there. And he's not going to out cardio him either way. So you might as well shoot your shot early.
You just got to go for it.
So
and I know this camp was going on in were they in Southern Cal, and they kept it pretty secret on who they have, other than Armin and I think the Ritter went there after his last fight. They said they had some big name wrestlers in there, and then today I heard that Matt Serra let it slip that Pat Downey was one of those wrestlers, and he's saying, man, this guy beats me in wrestling somehow. No, he's basically saying he beats me with, he shoots this single leg from like so far away that I don't even think he can shoot. And then I sprawl, but the next thing he knows on his back. And that's what he always does. It's nothing. He's done that to, what is he doing it to Usman? He did it to, he bust homeboy's teeth out. Robert Whitaker.
Yeah. But bringing in high level wrestlers, and from what I understand, he brought in some Russian world champion wrestler who's like, you know, one of the highest level wrestlers out there right now. And Kamzat wasn't able to out wrestle that guy, but that guy had to work harder than he should have, is this
Yeah,
the story
but
that I
also, how
heard.
much can you take?
So
Put your value into that, because what's his training partner going to go say to the press? Oh yeah, he sucks. I'm whipping his ass. He's not.
no, it wasn't from the training partner. It was from other people who witnessed it. And they said that this guy should have been able to out wrestle him easier than he did. But here's the thing: you can bring in all the high level wrestlers you want. Wrestling is not
Yeah,
MMA. And who can you bring in to simulate Drickus? Because he's just so unpredictable. Like, he's not going to come in and like stick a jab in your face and then shoot a clean double leg. He's going to come in swinging like
and then
windmill
drop a piano
punches
on your head.
and just try to grab a hold of whatever he can and drag you to the ground. That's not wrestling. That's not fundamental MMA. He doesn't do fundamental kickboxing. He doesn't really do fundamental anything. So how do you bring in a guy that's going to simulate that? And
No, you can't. So you just bring in the best guys you can find.
But
Just the best guys.
exactly. But by the same token, how are you bringing a guy that's going to simulate Kamzat? Because he's a fucking wild card too. I mean, he does things in there that other people just can't do. So how do you bring in training partners to simulate for that?
Yeah, I don't.
The
first round of a fight versus Hamzat Chimaev might be like one of the most deadly places on earth. Like, that's, but you better buckle up, because you got to go through a storm, and it's a big one.
Yeah, but if anybody can make it through the other side of a storm like that,
Yeah,
it's
well,
Dricus
I'm so looking
Duplessis.
forward to this one.
I mean, I'm hyping myself up. I'm gonna be in Fort Myers this weekend because I was supposed to go and do commentary for Vigilant in Fort Myers and meet up with some family down there. My two nephews are coming from the other side of the state and meeting us over there. So the Vigilant event got canceled, but we kept our trip. So my two nephews are coming. They're big UFC fans, so I imagine I'll watch the fights with them. Buy one last pay-per-view, maybe.
We got a bunch more.
I mean, actually, legitimately pay for one last one.
Hey, what are you talking about? We pay for all of them here on MMA on the Rocks.
That's true. That's true. No Jerkmate ads around here. All right, so I have to go against you on one. It's going to be this one. I'm going to take Kamzat in the main event. Not exactly the bet I would make, but out of all the picks you made, I suppose it's the most exciting. We'll leave it for the main event. So if I'm going to shoot a raw egg live on the air next week, if I lose this bet, what's the other side of the bet going to be? I need some reciprocation.
Bring one of those
here.
babies over here. I'll take a shot.
All right. So loser shoots a raw egg live on the air next week. MMA on the Rocks, picks and pours 70. You guys heard it here.
Sebastian back
We've
in the
agreed
day.
to the terms.
Is it Beauty and the Beast? Didn't he drink an egg in that opening song? I don't know. Maybe I made that up.
Oh,
The
Beauty
original
and the Beast,
Gaston, whatever. Yeah.
Gaston.
All right, I'm excited. So do you want to talk about the prelims?
When I was a lad, I ate 5 dozen
some quick
eggs.
Updates to the prelims. Bobby Green's out.
Yeah, I don't think I have that. Who is he supposed to fight?
Doesn't matter.
He's not on my card that I have in front of me.
He was supposed to fight Diego Ferreira, and I didn't see them rescheduling that. The fight that was on the early prelims. This Rodriguez, and it doesn't matter. It's the finale to the current season of the Ultimate Fighter. It's canceled.
Oh,
Damn it. We're
damn.
looking forward to that. And then we don't know these people, but there's this guy named, I don't know, his Bangin Sir. He's a guy that with a name that ends in V. He fought on the contender series this week with 4 days notice, and he won it with a quick, just
Wow.
front kick to the liver. And he now is fighting Eric Nolan this weekend. So he went from
Okay.
nothing to do with the UFC.
Bysengor
Yeah.
Sakayev. Yeah, another undefeated fighter
Went
on
from
here.
not in the UFC to 4 days, you're going to fight in the contender series. Now you're fighting. That was Tuesday. Now, Saturday night, he'll be making his debut on a pay-per-view event. Stay in shape if you are a fighter that even thinks you might get your shot.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. While we're talking about these prelims, I'm going to tell you what I just poured here. This is one of the best rye whiskeys you can get your hands on. It's Fiddler, which is made by American Spirit Works out of Atlanta, Georgia. It's the toasted rye. This thing is absolutely delicious. I had a store pick from our own liquor depot in Tampa, Florida here of this toasted rye. And when I went to the distillery, I tried a whole bunch of things. I liked a lot of them, but I had to leave with another bottle of this because it is phenomenal. It's a 7-year cast strength double barrel toasted rye. I can't say enough good things about it. It's delicious. I'll try and save you a pour of it to wash down that raw egg next week.
I said, save me a bit, a sip of whatever.
I'll try. The way my day's going today, I might go through this whole bottle.
Okay.
But I won't do that.
I'm all right with it. Go for it.
I won't. No. I wouldn't do that. I got a doctor's appointment in the morning. And I got this much.
Just show up
left of it.
shit-faced drunk to your physical. What's up, Doc?
Yeah. They don't give you breathalyzers at physicals. This is Florida. This is America's state. All right. So these prelims, I like a lot of these fights. Gerald Meerschaert and Mikhail Olajanchik is a fun fight. You kind of never know where you're going to get out of both of these guys. Meerschaert's up there for all-time submission wins, and Olajanchik let a guy break his arm in half and was mad when the referee stopped it. So that fight excites me for sure. I'm going to be tuning in for that prelim. Chase Hooper and Alex Hernandez is a really fun fight.
Has Chase Hooper started to win you over yet? I know you used to talk trash all the time.
Well, he fought our buddy, so I can't exactly.
Sure,
root
you
for
can.
him,
He did.
but
That was how long ago? It was before December 14th.
Yeah. And in the meantime, he went and beat Clay Guida and Jim Miller, two of my favorite fighters ever.
December 14th, 2019. I should clarify. Hey, I just really think that move up to 155 was when he started to turn the corner, and he's got something to deal with this weekend with Hernandez. But I really think Chase Hooper could most improved from start a career to end a career. Striking's getting better. It's not the greatest, but he's just really he whoever's helping him pick his fights and manage his career, just making sure he doesn't bite off too much, and he's just been slowly working his way forward. And I would pick him. What's the odds?
Yeah, I mean, Hernandez has had the same issue every time he's bitten off too much. he was on a big hot streak, and then he ran into Cowboy Cerrone.
Hooper's a big favorite.
And then bounced back, and then he ran into Drew Dober. Then bounced back, then he ran into Thiago Moises. Then bounced back, and he ran into Renato Moicano. And then right after that, he ran into our boy Billy Quarantello. And Billy Quarantello beat the shit out of him. Then he bounced back with a win over Jim Miller, so they have that in common. Then he ran into Bill Algeo and Damon Jackson. But now he's on a 2-fight win streak over Austin Hubbard and Kurt Hallbaugh. I'm kind of favoring Chase Hooper in this fight, though. And then how about this for a sleeper fight? Edson Barbosa and Drakkar Klose.
Never heard of him.
That's a fantastic fight. What are you sipping on over there?
What is that? The one I always have. Yeah.
The Redwood Empire?
No, not the Redwood Empire, but the blend this time.
Okay. By the way, your Redwood Empire is now at a lower price.
They were
at
way
Publix.
higher than everywhere else.
It's like $30. No. They just renegotiated their whole distribution deal. Publix is a good spot. The Redwood Empire is like $30
$28 at
now.
Lucan's.
But you said they haven't had it for a
They
while.
restocked since then. I think I said that, and then there was just bam. There's a whole bunch.
You spoke.
Yeah.
It
Speaking
into
of speaking into existence, I think we had a conversation last week about how much we'd want to pay monthly for the UFC, and I think Dana heard it and was like, "Okay, I'm going to sign this deal."
I credit us for this Paramount deal coming to fruition because, we've talked about this a few times in the past, how we would pay more for a different platform besides ESPN that actually worked and pay-per-views were included.
And I'm glad they didn't listen to me because I was willing to pay $50 and they're coming out at 15.
Yeah. I mean, I'm definitely going to be canceling my ESPN subscription. I think I actually have 2 because I signed up for ESPN Plus and then later found out it was included with my
Oh yeah, I think
Disney
I have the same thing going on.
subscription that I have for my daughter. So I'm going to be canceling that, and I will definitely be subscribing to Paramount.
But yeah, that's a big deal.
So
props to Dana White, man.
Yeah, I mean, it's huge. I mean, this is one of the best things to happen to the sport in a long time. Probably since like Zuffa took over for the UFC.
And everyone's talking about fighter pay. Fighter pay this. You know what? Fighter pay. You need to get your managers going to the UFC and doing the same thing Dana and his crew did to Paramount. Just renegotiate. There's money on the table now. Renegotiate.
So, yeah, let's talk about that because the criticism from the MMA media is always this is not good for the fighters. When the UFC historically has always made deals that are good for the fighters. Dana's already come out and said, I don't know how things are going to change around, but we're definitely going to increase the bonuses, which is huge. And they've always taken care of the fighters. Every year, the fighter pay has only gone up. The UFC started out when it was like $2,000 to show, $2,000 to win. And now I think the minimum is $14,000 to show, $14,000 to win. So if you're a nobody fighter, nobody knows who you are, you fight for the UFC, you can make 28 grand in one night. Like, there's not a lot of sports that are doing that for brand new athletes. And then you work your way up. The deals are better. The sponsorship opportunities are better. The only setback for the fighters, in my opinion, in the whole history of the UFC was the Reebok deal. That was the only thing that set back the fighters financially, because they took away their ability to have sponsors on fight night. And that cost a lot of fighters a lot of money. Supposedly, it was one of the reasons that GSP wanted to retire, because he was making more money from his Under Armour deal than he was getting
It
paid by
really
the
fucked over
UFC. And
Condom
he wasn't
Depot.
allowed. Oh, yeah.
I
Condom
wonder if they're
Depot.
still even.
Shout out Condom Depot. Yeah, is that still a thing? So I'm all for this deal. The only thing that's going to be a negative about this is there's no incentive by the UFC anymore to build superstars, because they needed superstars to sell pay-per-views in the past. And superstars would get points on the pay-per-views. So for those who aren't familiar with that, it means that however many pay-per-views they sell, the headlining fighters or the flagship fighters on that card would make a percentage of those pay-per-view sales. So that's going to go away, and the UFC doesn't really have to build superstars anymore. But superstars can be built without the support of the organization. You know, you just have to go out and do the legwork, be personable, go on podcasts, get your name out there, get people talking about you. Do things like Colby Covington did, hire your own film crew. Do things like Henry Cejudo did, hire your own film crew, build a brand for yourself, build a personality that people can connect with. You have so much opportunity for that. So just to get the logistics out of the way, $1 billion beginning in 2026 to the UFC. That includes 13 marquee numbered events per year and 30 fight nights. All are going to be available.
Which is less than the ESPN deal. I think it's like an extra 5 weeks off.
That's great.
Yeah, that's better too.
Yeah.
And
because
it's like the ESPN deal is also 500 million a year, so they more than doubled. And this is only for the North America.
From a business perspective, it's incredible what Dana White and the UFC have done. When they sold to WME, it was like an $8 billion deal, something like that. And now this deal, $7.7 billion. Like, you have to admire it from a business perspective. And honestly, all the media personalities out there that are saying this is going to be bad for the fighters, they either don't know what the fighters are making or what the fighters have the potential to make with the sponsorship opportunities and the exposure that they're going to get from being on a streaming platform like this, or they're just trolling for attention.
Yep.
Which
The
is
only fighters it's bad for is for the Conor McGregors, the Nate Diaz, the John Jones, the big boys. And guess what? They ain't fighting anymore, so who cares?
Yeah. And it's going to open more opportunities for more lower level fighters to make money.
And they're going to have more money to pay those guys without the pay-per-view points. Like if the big fight comes along, which I did not like I meant to get it. There was a clip of Dana this week saying, hey, whoa. There still could be pay-per-views. Like,
yeah,
the one-off pay-per-view a year, which that'd be great. I mean, it'd be fine.
Yeah, like maybe the White House card.
Yeah, the White House, the 300, the White House card, those type of cards.
And I'll gladly, like,
as
all right,
long
you're
as
gonna
they
do
stack
one.
it has to be stacked.
Yeah,
But
you're
then the
gonna make
problem
one
is, what would
pay-per-view a
Paramount
year.
say? Well,
Make
Paramount
it
would say,
100. Make it $120.
yeah, but what would Paramount say to that? Wait a minute. We paid you $7.7 billion, and you're going to go take a pay-per-view on the outside.
Well,
And
So I don't think that's even gonna happen. I think they're gonna move away from the pay-per-view model
Yeah. I think that
completely.
just might that statement might have just been Dana, like, keeping a bit of, like, clout thing he can put out there from time to time, like,
Yeah, and who knows, the nitty-gritty details of that contract, but, um, man, $1.1 billion dollars a year. Like, imagine you get that kind of promotion for you're running a business and all of a sudden, wow, we're making $1 billion a year. That's incredible.
but they're
So,
making more than that. That's just for the North American broadcast rights. You still have your sponsorships, your gates, all your distribution all over the rest of the world, like,
yep, yep, and some of the fights will be simulcast on CBS. So that's actually free for a lot of people. I don't have
no,
cable
hell
anymore.
no. You know how much regular TV is now?
I don't because I don't
It's
have.
so expensive. I pay like $100 a month for YouTube TV.
Oh, wow.
Or $80 or $85 or whatever.
That's a
But yeah,
lot.
CBS is not easy to get. It's cheaper to watch it on Paramount.
Well, what if you have just, like, basic cable?
Oh, they
Not
won't put it on that. They'll put it on CBS Sports. So you have to have the.
I don't know, it says it's gonna be on CBS.
Oh yeah, CBS Sports, CBS. You have tons of CBS stations.
Well, I guess we'll
I
find
don't
out.
know. Hopefully the Paramount app works well. I will be. Well, we got some time. I found out this week that all the Taylor Sheridan shows are on there, so I highly recommend going and watching all
All
that
the
shit.
what?
The Taylor Sheridan shows, so
What is that?
Yellowstone,
Oh,
1883, all the badass shows that guy's made's all on there. His most
I have not watched a series in several years.
Oh, well, then you should start and go and watch a recent show that Taylor Sheridan made called Mobland. It's not Taylor Sheridan, I lied. It's the British uh, director. He's a
Is
big
that Tom
famous.
Hardy in that?
Yes.
Okay. Well, once I get my Paramount subscription, I'll check out some of these series. The deal also includes Power Slap for those interested.
Guy Ritchie.
Guy Ritchie's interested in Power Slap.
No. I thought it didn't include Power Slap.
Yeah, I think it does.
I bet that shit's fun to go to live. Like, it's fun to sit in there and watch it. Like, it's.
Yeah, I mean, like if they did it at a local bar here, like I might go and cover it. But and when the clips come up, I do watch them. Like if a Power Slap clip comes up, I won't go out of my way to follow it but if something comes up, I'll look at it because I know what's
Yeah.
gonna happen.
I like the CGI ones where they turn into the sloth from the Goonies or. Yeah, there's a famous one where his head looks like his head turns all the way around.
Speaking of clips, Matt, we've reached a milestone here at MMA on the Rocks where I've had my now third Instagram reel that has reached over 1 million views.
Oh, it's the Asian lady with her tits hanging out.
Yeah, yeah, with my expert commentary.
I see. I didn't. I'm an honest guy. I didn't think your commentary hit very well on that one, but I think that the tits did that.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I'm gonna credit the views to the tits, but
I mean, my favorite one of yours was the one with the lady with the fat booty, but you're like commenting on the way she landed the kick. Like that was good. And the
yeah,
Drickest one that you reposted this week is also one of my good favorites. Like,
the Drickus one is a favorite of mine. Just like the casual mention of the coach grabbing his genitals.
well, but that's the part that we didn't talk about this in the main event. There is that weird thing that about him and his team that it's just odd.
They definitely have a special relationship. In all my years of coaching and cornering fighters, I've never once adjusted a fighter's cup for him. And as I've refereed fights as well. I've never suggested that a female fighter have to adjust her top.
They also
Um,
kiss each other. What are they doing?
it's just cultural differences, man.
Well, yeah,
It's,
but
I mean, I've never kissed one of my fighters on the lips. But I've also never coached a UFC world champion, so maybe I'm the one that's in the wrong.
I'm not hating. If there's just anybody that understands the South African, what that culture is, I would love reach out. I would love to try and understand it because I just don't understand it.
I mean, maybe it's just for tension,
Man, attention. Have you seen what Drickus looks like? He doesn't need. All he needs to do is take a picture of himself. He's like
Yeah,
a god. He
yeah.
doesn't need to be having the coach play with his nuts and then kiss in the corner.
I mean, perks of being at the top, maybe
I
found a
mean, this
coach
guy,
that
get this guy an American Eagle
yeah,
commercial.
that would piss off a lot of people. And the guy can sing.
Oh,
Did you know this?
yeah. Get him on Broadway. Don't get him like I don't
He
know.
went on that, what was it, The Masked Singer?
Oh yeah, he can sing. Like, he's got good genes. What can we say?
I don't know. I don't think you can say that anymore.
I just said it. I don't care. Who cares?
We're getting into dark territory here now.
That's all. Then I don't have any other news other than that. The Paramount story pretty much took up the soaked up.
I love the Paramount deal. I mean, it's pretty much everything we've been asking for and at a lower price tag. So
Yeah, and I'm sure the app developer for Paramount is watching this. So just make sure your app works, please. Like MMA is a very time sensitive sport. You can't be having these dropouts and well, we don't have to worry about people paying for something and not getting it. But if just make it work, it will go
yeah.
great.
Yeah, like if I'm paying $14 a month and the stream is cutting out and I have to go to another source, I'm not going to be as frustrated about it. But if I'm paying $80 for a pay-per-view and the stream doesn't work, like because it's happened many times in the past. I mean, you've been here at my house for times where I paid for the pay-per-view and I've had to go to other sources
Mhm.
because
I mean,
it
that's
didn't work.
unacceptable. But I guess the other message will go to anybody that illegally streams these fights. It's gonna cost $15. Like, don't stream them anymore. The UFC has pretty much admitted, look, we tried to fight illegal streams. We can't fight them anymore. It's not working. Everybody's streaming it. Their $15 a month is dirt cheap to me. I mean, that is
Yeah.
so cheap.
Yeah, I mean, I pretty much got rid of everything else. Like I'm at the point now where if I want to watch a movie, I just purchase it on Amazon. Like I don't really care for any other streaming services. If the UFC went to Netflix, I would have been disappointed because I don't have Netflix anymore. Although my daughter's really into this Netflix movie that came out. I don't know if you're aware of K-pop Demon Hunters.
Oh yeah. I mean, I haven't watched it. I don't watch cartoons, but I know what it is.
I don't either, but my wife and my daughter, I think, have both memorized the dialogue and the soundtrack, and it's on constant rerun.
I thought you don't have Netflix.
I don't.
I don't believe you.
We may borrow someone else's account.
Oh, well, then you have Netflix.
So it's on one TV in our house in the kitchen. But
I mean, I've seen that. I have Netflix and I look at it a lot, and that movie's been at the number one forever. All my nerd friends, they all want to watch it
yeah, I
on
mean,
Saturday nights, and I go, no, the fights are on.
apparently they hit it out of the park to the point that in 2 weeks I'm going to be on the other side of the state and that movie is going to be released in theaters for a limited time in limited theaters, and we're going to be in Boca Raton in a couple of weeks for work, and my wife has scouted out a movie theater that's showing that film,
Well,
and
they haven't watched it yet.
we're gonna have to go. Huh?
They haven't watched it yet?
No, they've watched it, but they want to go see it in the theater.
For it's the same movie?
Yes. Yes. So my daughter loves going to the movies. Like, she loves going to the movie theater and you know, just the act of it, and getting the popcorn and seeing the big screen. It's like a fun thing
Yeah, but
for us.
they don't have movies there that you haven't seen?
Oh, sure they do. We saw a great movie last week. It's called Sketch.
Yeah, you talked to us about this last week.
Yeah, that movie was great. All three of us love that one. So we go to movies all the time. Probably, I'd say twice a month we go to the movies. Um, and we try to see like things that are coming out. Sketch is one of the best movies that we've seen in the theaters in a while.
Yeah. I mean, I have great memories. It makes I don't go to the movie theater. It makes sense that you go. I remember as a kid, the movie theater was a shit, but going to the movie theater to see a movie that I have at my house, that's a new concept.
Yeah, I mean, I don't
I
know.
mean, remember, like imagine having Titanic, the two VHS tape long movie in your house. And then they're like, "Hey guys, that movie, it's really fucking weird I picked that movie, but I'm gonna go with it.
All right, I'll
That
never
movie's
let go.
in theaters. You wanna go watch it?" And you're like, "Yeah, I think I'm gonna go watch it."
I will. All right, I will counter this. So the original Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles for the 30-year anniversary or whatever was re-released in theaters for a limited time. I think next week it's going to be re-released in theaters, and I was highly considering taking my daughter to that to see it in the theater. Um, Nostalgia for me, and just the excitement of going to the movies for her. And she's seen the movie before too and liked it, but I would go pay to see that in the theaters just for nostalgia purposes. I could probably buy it on Amazon for $3, but
What is it?
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles,
Like what one?
the first one, the original motion picture.
Oh yeah, that I do have some good movie, you
Yeah,
can
like
watch that on YouTube for free.
there are certain ones, like I think the 50th anniversary of Jaws is coming out in the theaters.
Oh,
Like
you can watch that for free on Paramount Plus.
Jaws.
No, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles original.
Oh, well, I don't have Paramount Plus yet. I'm waiting until that UFC contract
Hey,
comes.
make sure you email the UFC. We need our promo code.
That's a good point. We should get a discount here. I mean, we've been big advocates of this. We say it's good for the fighters. All the other MMA podcasts are saying it's bad for the fighters. We've been advocating for it. They
No,
should throw us a bone.
it's not great for the superstars. It's fantastic for the guy that's getting the shot that needs the money, because maybe the 7-7 contract turns into the 14-14 or the 10
Yeah.
and 10. Like the guy that actually needs it.
Very socialist mentality of you.
Yeah, that's you got me there. But
Yeah, but there are certain movies that have been out for a while that I would go and see. Like, my daughter's a big fan of the movie Coraline. Are you familiar with that?
no.
So, Neil Gaiman wrote that movie. He is historically, he wrote like adult novels. He wrote like you know, modern Norse mythology taking place in modern times and like novels like that. But he wrote this movie Coraline, which is a very dark children's movie. My daughter loves it.
It looks
And
dark. You know what it reminds me of from when we were kids? James and the Giant Peach.
yeah, along that same vein. But they re-released that in theaters. It was like the 10-year anniversary, and I took my daughter to see that, and that was worth going to see in the theater because she loved that movie, and then she got to have the experience of going to see it on the big screen. So, like things like that, I think are worth it. And then, I have my AMC rewards, so and we'll go on like a Tuesday when movies are half price and
What do you
just
go to
have the
Countryside?
experience of going to the movies. It's something that I really enjoy doing with my daughter, and so certain movies I like that they put them back out in the theater. But this K-pop Demon Hunter movie, I'm not looking forward to seeing it in the theater. I'm gonna be sneaking a lot of booze.
All right. Hopefully they have a cigar lounge at that mall, like International Mall.
A cigar lounge movie theater.
You can't take kids in there, Bill.
Damn
It's
it.
like the skybox. No, but they could be like a skybox. So where mom and daughter can go sit,
Yeah.
enjoy
Yeah,
the
and it's got
movie.
like a ventilation thing.
No, you're just in the skybox. It's totally isolated. You can, keep an eye on your family.
You
You can
might
have
be
the
onto
UFC
something
fights.
here.
What?
You might be onto something here. We should
Yeah,
patent this idea like now.
maybe. I need some of this Paramount money. Build one of these bitches.
Hey, UFC, you just made $7 billion. Like throw us a bone here.
Yeah, we want to build a theater in northern Pinellas County.
Yeah.
We'll put a cigar lounge at the top so these derelict dads can not
And
have
we'll
to
show
spend
all
time.
the UFC fights on Paramount Plus.
Yes. We call the Paramount Theater.
And on fight nights, the whole theater is a cigar lounge.
Yep. And if to get in, you have to pull up your phone, type in sportssurge.com on your browser, and if it comes up as a recent search, you're not in.
You also have to pull up crack streams and
Yeah.
VIP box. I don't know why I know the names to all these websites. I've never
Yeah, I
been
don't
on
know.
any of them.
You just knew the names. That way you just would not go to them. Just
You
like,
also
oh,
have to
I
prove that you
cannot go
don't
there.
have a subscription to Jerkmate. All right, let me pull up a few comments here because I've been neglecting them. Pizza Steak says, "Hey guys, how's it going? It's going great. We stopped talking about UFC about 20 minutes ago, and we've been talking about movies, so it's awesome." And our old friend Mark Fellows, greetings from Vienna,
Jesus.
crispy
What does
pork
this is
knuckle.
our international man of mystery.
Yeah, like this guy's like living on vacation. Now he's in Austria.
He
The
went from
beer ain't half
Vienna.
bad.
Oh, it is Austria. Never mind.
Uh, let's see. All the rest of the comments are from Mark as well. Let me pull up one that was really good. Uh, so talking about the girl that was very well endowed from my last Instagram reel. I think I met her in a soapy massage parlor last time I was in Bangkok. Kells says the Pico narrative is baffling to me. I don't know what exactly is baffling.
I think he's agreeing with me. It's just like he has so much hype, but he hasn't really done. I mean, I can't say he hasn't really done much. He's been training and fighting professionally for a long time, but it's just wasted time.
Yeah, I mean, I wonder if Aaron Pico had handled his career the way Bo Nickel did, it might have been too much too soon. Like Bo Nickel,
What do you mean too much too soon? Bo Nickel lost.
Yeah, but
he's fine. That's the point. It's like
he's
these
fine.
people go, oh, you can't go to the UFC because you lose, you're done, and that's not true. It's not boxing. You can
Yeah.
lose.
Yes. And that's
So instead of fucking around in this bullshit Bellator tour, fighting people nobody knows, he could have lost twice. Yeah, he could have lost 3 times in the UFC, but we would already know where he stands. And
yeah.
instead, he's got to fight Lerone Murphy and figure out where he stands.
Yeah, that's a fucking tall task. That's and credit to Lerone Murphy for taking that fight. I mean, he's coming off of a main event win, a big win over Josh Emmett. And he's taking on this guy
Because he
that
knows he's been fighting the tough shit for a long time. He knows. He don't care. Come on, bring him.
yeah, I guess,
I
that's
mean,
the mentality he has, but he could also say like, "Look, I've earned my spot in the UFC, and you're gonna bring this guy in on his debut fight to fight me. Like, I just won
no,
a main
to me,
event."
I look at it like, put me in, coach. Like I'm like Aaron Pico's been the guy that's supposed to be able to be he's the going to be one of the best, and the Dana or whoever the matchmakers chose me to deal with this idiot.
Yeah, yeah, the boss is calling me up to the plate, so I gotta swing for the fences. All right.
All right, this is a marathon episode.
This is one of the longest in recent memory, and, I was, like, going into this, I was only mentally prepared for a short episode, but, sometimes it's like going to the gym, right? Like, sometimes you feel great and you go to the gym and you get your ass beat, and other times you have to drag yourself there and you have, like, one of the best nights just because you had to switch on the side of your brain, that doesn't like to do shit, and that side of your brain is sometimes more productive. That was this episode for me tonight.
Hey, you did a great job. Looking forward to this weekend, and then we don't have shit for a couple months.
Yeah, but what we do have coming up, voted unanimously by my Instagram poll, is a new logo for the show. And along with that will come some new merchandise from a new vendor that I will reveal in the coming weeks. I'm waiting on some samples to come back, but you guys voted unanimously that you like the new logo, including you, Matt. So,
I thought this was a secret ballot.
oh no, I can see everyone that votes.
Oh fuck!
He voted yes on it. So, it's
No, I like
already
it.
in
It's nice.
production.
It's nice. It's time for some change.
Yeah, it's clean. So, um, shout out to my buddy Jason Lesatz, who designed the original logo, which was actually the second logo of the show's history. So now we're on to number 3. New logo, new merchandise. We're gonna have things besides t-shirts. We're gonna do some whiskey glasses and some fun things. And
Make sure to get some tank tops. God damn it!
I've always had tank tops.
I don't believe you.
I mean, they're available if you want the old logo on a tank top. They're there.
I'm looking forward to the new tank top, but
All right, so I'll get you a new tank top. That'll be my gift to you. Um,
a new tank top, and I need a new bottle of E.H. Taylor. This is the first pay-per-view in a while. And I'll pay for it. I just got to find a cheap bottle. You find it, I'll buy it.
how's $70 sound?
$70 is a good price.
All right, I'll get you a EH Taylor for $70 and a tank top. You got to keep the talent happy. All right, so all that is coming your way. I'm awaiting some samples. I've pretty much settled on a new vendor for merchandise. I just have to approve the samples that they're sending me. They should arrive next week. And then after that, the new MMA on the Rock store will be live. We're going with a different vendor now, different logo. We're going to freshen things up, and a lot of great things on the horizon. But that's all we got for this week. Tune in to UFC 319, one of the last pay-per-views ever, hopefully, for the Ultimate Fighting Championship. And until next time, cheers, everybody. Goodbye.